It's important to remind yourself that you should never have to convince someone to love you or want to be with you. Hi, I'm Samantha Burns. I'm a licensed counselor, dating coach, and author of the book Breaking Up and Bouncing Back, moving on to create the love life you deserve. I'm going to cover 4 steps on how to heal after heartbreak so you can date with intent and meet your ideal match. Step number 1, feel your feelings. The first step to prepare for dating after a breakup is to get comfortable with uncomfortable emotions. The entire process of going through heartbreak to reopening your heart to new love can bring up some pretty painful or shameful feelings. Neuroscience shows us that the simple act of identifying your emotions can actually make them feel less intense. Your goal is to observe each emotion judgment-free without labeling them as good or bad. Trust that there's a stable part of you that can hold strong while you experience the emotion, allowing it to come in and out like a wave, knowing that it won't stay put for very long. Step number 2, stages of grief. The second step to dating after heartbreak is to understand that the emotional roller coaster you're on is actually quite normal. We all go through a universal experience of the stages of breakup grief. The following are the stages that you should be aware of. Shock and denial. In this stage, you can't believe it's the end and that the relationship is over. Talk with trusted friends and family members so that your new reality can start to sink in. I also recommend changing your daily routine and replacing the times that you were typically with your ex with new or different activities. Bargaining and anxiety. In this stage, you may beg for your ex back. You obsess about what went wrong and you ruminate about your ex, and you're having difficulty getting them off your mind. You might even have tunnel vision that the only way to be happy again is with them by your side. Acknowledge that your anxiety may be more about the fear of change or having to start over. Anger. In this stage, your primary emotion is anger or frustration. Your anger could be directed at many people, such as at your ex, at yourself, at a third person if there was infidelity in your relationship, at friends or family who don't seem to understand the pain you're in, even at God or the universe for why bad things always seem to happen to you. To overcome anger, know that anger is usually a secondary emotion that protects us from deeper feelings of hurt. Depression. This stage is categorized by an overwhelming feeling of sadness. You might have difficulty getting out of bed or going to work. You may lack motivation for things that you typically enjoy. You might also have symptoms such as changes to your eating or sleeping patterns, and you may abuse alcohol or drugs in order to cope. Exercise can be a really natural mood booster that can jolt you out of your funk. Acceptance. In this final stage, you feel contented and at peace with the end of the relationship. You've let go of the more intense emotions from earlier on, and you're generally optimistic about your future love life. Be aware that you might bounce around between the different stages of grief and that they don't always occur in a linear fashion. The good news is that with longer time that passes from your breakup, you should be able to get through those earlier stages more quickly and stay in that final acceptance stage. Step number 3, how to let go. The third step to prepare for dating after a breakup is the process of letting go. The pain you're experiencing is actually a physiological withdrawal from love. We know through science that when you fall in love, you become addicted to your partner, and it activates the same regions that you see in drug or alcohol addiction. So when you go through a breakup and you cut off communication with your ex and that physical affection you're so used to, you actually go through a withdrawal process, and you need time and space to fall out of love. This is why you have such a hard time cutting off communication with your ex, because your brain revs itself up to get its next high and its next fix, and it sends you off to do silly things like stalk them on social media or drive by their house, and you just can't get them off of your mind. A big breakup even activates the same brain regions that process physical pain, which is why you might feel like you've been punched in the gut. To cope with this, place less emphasis on your ex as the one that got away, and more emphasis on the fact that this is a physical process to falling out of love. The second way to begin to let go is to strengthen your identity. So often after a big breakup, you're feeling lost or confused to who you are now, and you're lacking a sense of purpose. You're not the same person you were when the relationship began. That's because naturally you gain new perspectives and insights and experiences when dating your ex. You can strengthen your sense of self by identifying new goals, hobbies, and interests that get you outside of your comfort zone. So now is the time to sign up for that 5K, to dedicate yourself to work and earn your promotion, or to take guitar lessons. Step number 4, reopen your heart. The fourth step to preparing to date after heartbreak is knowing that there's the potential your heart could get broken again. I know it can be really scary to put yourself back out there and reopen your heart, but without vulnerability, you can't create true connection with someone new. The good news is that with each date and new relationship, you can become a smarter dater by figuring out what did and didn't work for you. This process requires you to turn your baggage into love lessons. Your love lessons are little nuggets of wisdom that you gain by thoughtfully reflecting on your past relationship experiences. This insight will inform your dating decisions and guide you towards picking a better match. I suggest this exercise to all of my clients as they prepare to date again. Take 30 minutes where you can sit down and identify 3 reflections and 3 love lessons that you can carry with you into your new dating experiences. Here are some examples. A reflection might be, what did I not like about myself in my last relationship? What negative traits, qualities, or behaviors did it bring out in me? For example, I felt needy and insecure, and I didn't like how we would argue every time I felt jealous. Your love lesson moving forward is, how do I want to feel in a new relationship? For instance, I want to feel trusting, safe, secure, and confident in my partnership. Another reflection are, what traits, qualities, or behaviors did you resent about your ex? For instance, maybe you didn't like how they would shut down in an argument or invalidate your relationship concerns. Or maybe you don't like that they would always complain about doing your activities when you would always enthusiastically try theirs. Your love lesson moving forward is, what traits, behaviors, and qualities do I need in a future partner? For example, I need someone who's empathetic and turns towards me when I'm in pain, or who doesn't shut down when we're in an argument. Or I need someone who's excited to try my activities. A third reflection is, when and why was my love tank running on empty in my past relationship? For instance, I often did not feel like a priority with my ex because they would choose time with their friends instead of spending it with me on the weekends. Your love lesson is, how do I need a future partner to show me love? For instance, I feel loved through quality time, so I want a partner who prioritizes their weekend time with me and takes the time to plan thoughtful dates that we can enjoy together. I believe that there are no failures in dating, only opportunities from which to learn and grow. I'm Samantha Burns, reminding you that now is the time to get excited about this fresh chance for love and the opportunity to meet an abundance of incredible people.